All right, folks, taking a break from the old dually build for a minute to do a will it start on this tractor I just purchased. This is a 770 Case 4-cylinder diesel power shift, but it's rare because she's a golden demonstrator, and it's a pretty special tractor to me because it actually used to be my grandpa's at one time. My dad's dad bought it new and traded it back into the dealership a few years later and got a 1070. And it still has Holler Tractor Service, Hickory, North Carolina, which is the closest Case dealer to us. Was, it ain't there no more, but back in the day, that was the Case dealership. And my grandpa bought it from there brand new. And the funny story is too, my mom's dad, my papa, actually worked there. And it's just kind of a cool piece of history, local history, family history, etc. So I couldn't pass it up. But it does turn over. It's been sitting for probably 10 years. The back tires are decent. They're loaded, so that's good. But here, I'm gonna show y'all this. The oil looks pretty good. It's nice and black. You know, it's not over full, so good sign there. But the engine does turn over, and it still has an antifreeze in the radiator. Like, it's not completely full, but it's below the top radiator hose, which is pretty sweet. But I bought some filters for this thing because these fuel filters look god awful. We're gonna replace those and fill them up with fuel, see if we can get some fuel with this old girl, and see if we can't get her to start. But first things first, I've done lube these up. As you can tell, they're a little wet, but I started spinning it over and it started pumping hydraulic oil out this canister filter housing because the cap isn't there. Like, the hydraulic filter cap ain't even there. So, and it's nowhere on the tractor. I'm gonna have to go back where the tractor sat and see if I can find it. But for now, I'm gonna undo these fittings and undo that hose, because I think all this filter is for the steering and the brakes, because it goes up there, not the transmission. I think this one is for the trans. So this one, it's got the cap and everything in the spring, whereas this one does not. So we're gonna try to bypass this filter just for the time being, see if I can get it started and running, and then we'll worry about getting a filter cap for that thing. But yeah, let's see what we can do about that, and hopefully get that swapped out. Now, I put this tire on here because the one on the front was blown out. I had to put 3 plugs in this thing and a valve stem, and it sat here a week and it still leaked down, so that kind of pisses me off. But either way, we're gonna try and get started on working on this thing because it's been sitting here for about 2 weeks, and I'm tired of looking at it, knowing that I ain't done nothing with it. So we're gonna get started. All right, folks, so my plan actually freaking worked. I had to bend the line just a smidge to get it where it would work, but I mean, it actually worked. So this will bypass the filter so that we can turn it over and not have hydraulic oil pumping all over the ground and running the pump dry on oil and burning up the hydraulic pump. So thank God for that. Now we're gonna put new filter in the other side. I just got all Napa filters because they're made by Wix, and Napa is good for tractor parts. Like, you know, you can actually go there and tell them the make and the model of what you're looking at or for, and they will actually give you, or, you know, they can actually look it up in their system. A lot of other parts stores can't do that, so I like Napa for that reason when buying filters for equipment. But see there's the spring and the cap, and the filter goes on up in there. You got to put the O-rings on this filter, so let's do that. All right, folks, I got one fuel filter change. This one, the one I had, was not the right one. That's a 3354, and I got two 3353s. So it wasn't the right one, but I got our battery cables on here on the battery. I got the fuel stop cable pushed in, so that means the fuel should be on. I got the throttle idled up here, and I got some ether that we're gonna probably spray in the intake, and see what happens. Oh yeah, we better take that off the exhaust. My Wendy's cup there. Probably way too much, which is perfect. Okay. Per Vice Grip Garage. What that sound was. It didn't sound good. But... oh, that might be a problem. The positive post melted off, so that's good. It sounded like something fell. That's what that was. The battery cable fell onto the step there. So I guess we're gonna have to do something different for that. Looks like. Anyways, let's continue. All right, folks. Little update here. I've done a lot without on the camera. Got the jumper cables hooked up to my pickup. I had to put a different battery cable on there because that one just was not doing good. I cleaned up all these connections on the battery, this, that terminal, and my dadgum bypass idea worked, except the O-ring that goes right here on these little slip, or the spinny doodabber for the hydraulic fittings, is gone, so it's just pumping the fluid out, and so I got this bucket sitting here. Now, I did notice something. I think this is why this tractor was parked. I was told it was parked because they parked it one winter and went back in the spring and it would not crank. Well, when I took the fuel filter off to change them, there was fuel gravity feeding out of the tank, so it's getting fuel, okay, to the filter housing. Now, maybe this pump went out, okay, you know, that could definitely be a possibility. But this valve, I noticed this valve cover was off, and I noticed this return line was also taken off. Well, I got to looking because I was going to loosen the injection lines. Look right there. The injection line is disconnected. It's right here. For those of you who can't see it, because they broke off the metal hard line that goes to this injector. I guarantee you that's why this tractor was parked, is because they, like I say, it didn't start, and so they went to bleed the injectors, and they probably went to do that and broke that, and they said, screw it, you know, we're just gonna leave it sitting there, and they never got back around to fix it. Now, this valve cover was also loose, and there was some crap in there. I tried to clean it out the best I could, but as we can see, we are getting oil to the top end, so that's a good thing. And we know we're getting fuel at the pump because it's pumping all over the side of the block. Now, just for my own personal curiosity, I've got it popping on ether. I mean, it was blowing a cloud just a second ago, and I'm gonna see if we can't get it to start and run on 3 cylinders maybe. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna try it just for the heck of it, for the video's sake, and like I say, for my own curiosity. So bear with me here. We're gonna see if this old Sheen we'll start. All right, here we go. We're gonna see if it'll crank. I got the right there on the front of the air cleaner where it goes into the intake. I got that rubber boot unhooked so I can spray start fluid in straight into the intake. See if she'll run. I got the throttle maxed out for fuel. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'm about out of here. As you can hear, the hydraulic oil draining in the bucket. I think I got a new can of ether in the truck. Let me go grab it. Alright, take 2 here. Got some new ether. I'm gonna try her out. Hitting on the ether a little bit, but as you can see, the immense amount of hydraulic oil pouring out. We can't run it long if it does crank, but again, I don't know if it will, considering the fact that the injector that is not hooked up is cylinder number 1, and you know, where's the firing order on this machine? It's up here somewhere. I guarantee firing order starts with 1. So, you know, if it's not busting on 1, I doubt it'll bust off. Yeah, 1, 3, 4, 2. It probably won't bust off. But let's be hopeful. See what'll happen here. We're gonna have to have a hydraulic line and an injector for this thing to run. It ain't gonna crank today. Because look at that. I mean, it's already leaked out 2 gallons. And like I say, and just my theory with that diesel fuel, y'all obviously didn't smell the diesel fuel, but it is sour smelling. And so with that diesel fuel being that old, it ain't wanting to hit on that for 1, and for 2, it's not hitting on the number 1 cylinder. So it just ain't gonna want to start without that first one in the firing order firing. I guess that's just my theory on it. So we're gonna have to have an injector, and we're gonna have to have that hydraulic line. That way the dadgum thing don't leak out all the hydraulic oil, which is what it's doing currently. Every time you turn it over, it just leaks out more and more hydraulic oil. So need to get that hydraulic line and this filter cap deal. That way we can put that on there, put those back where they go, and be done with that. And yeah, other than that, that's about all I know that it needs currently. But an injector for sure, and that hydraulic line for sure, and then the filter thing. But I don't mind bypassing that, you know, temporarily to get it running. So, you know, that's not a huge deal for me as far as that goes, but I would really like to get this sucker cranked up. Like I say, it was my grandpa's tractor, so it's got a little sentimental value and family history to it, so, and local tractor history. So it's a pretty cool old machine, especially being a Golden Demonstrator. All the sheet metal, the black hood and everything, which ain't black no more, but it's all that's in the barn. It come with the tractor, it just wasn't on it. Like I say, they probably was going to replace that injector and took all the sheet metal off and was going to change the hydraulic oil and do a service on it, and then they just never got to it. So hopefully the trans and the hydraulics are fine. The only lever on the dash that's stuck is the 3-point hitch lever. Every other lever, the power shift levers, the remote levers, all that stuff works. So, but it's got spin out wheels, which is kind of neat. They're in good shape. 2 remotes on the back, PTO, drawbar, 3-point. It's got the factory case top link, which is pretty cool. That's pretty hard to come by. I mean, you can't buy something like that at Tractor Supply, but I mean, it's froze up. So, but anyways, pretty cool old tractor. I hope we can get her started up here soon. All right, folks, as y'all can see, out here on the 770, out here it's about dark. But I got the old injector out. I had to bend it some. See right here, that's where that line's supposed to come off, where it threads on the injection line that they broke off. Yeah, but here's the injector. But we got it out. How's everything look down in yonder? All right. Anyway, I had to use this. Well, it's more than 90-degree pry bar. Took the valve cover off where I could get in here to it, and then beat the pry bar on. You can see where the teeth grabbed it right here and here, where I had to beat it onto it. But just pried against the head and it popped right up out of there. So good deal. Now we got to put the new one in, which shouldn't be hard at all. Really shouldn't be hard at all. Only thing is, there's a seal, a little rubber O-ring that goes in there. It's probably still down in there. I'll probably have to take a pick, get it out. But hopefully after we put this injector in and you know, hook all the fuel lines back up, the return lines and that one feed line there, hopefully that will be all we need to try and crank this sucker up. All right, here's the new injector. I done took the protective thing off here since we're sticking it in, but see that little white little nylon seal, I guess, or rubber? I don't know. And it's got this other seal that seals it from the top. That's what I was talking about. But that goes down in there. It come out with the old one, so I ain't worried about it. So I guess literally we need to drop it in, and then once we get it in there, we turn it back to the direction it needs to be, because it won't go in there like that. I don't know how exactly we need to do that, if I need to lube it up or anything. I got some PB Blaster here. Maybe that'll help some. I don't know. Surely. It can't hurt it to give it a little bit of lubrication. Can't hurt it. A little, oh, yep, there it went. It just goes right down in there. Like I say, and then you need to get it down in there all the way. Maybe. Hey, there it goes. Shoot, dude, this is easy. I wish working on everything was that dag blasted easy. I mean, good grief. That couldn't have went much better, I don't think. But then we need to, dang on all that crap in that valve cover, clean that bolt hole out and find a bolt to put back in it, because I don't have it. It's like I say, they done had all that stuff undone when I bought the tractor, so it I don't know where it's at. It's probably laying up here in the floorboard or in the toolbox or something. But And I don't know where this return line is either, which kind of sucks because I kind of need that. I kind of need the return line doohickey. Like I say, I don't know really where any of that stuff is at, but we'll come up with something to rig it back up. But for now, the injector is in the hole, so pretty happy with that. I'm glad I was able to get it out. But we're gonna put that back on and protect the inside of the engine, and put the tarp back on it in case it rains, because it's been monsoon season here lately. And also, hold on, show y'all, this is the company I bought the injector from. Reliable aftermarket parts. It was only like 50 bucks, free shipping, so can't complain with that if it's a quality item, which we will see if it is or not. But see y'all, well, for y'all it'll be the next clip, but for me it'll probably be several days from now, because I still need to get that hydraulic line made that run from the filter housing up to here on the steering box, because the seal on it was blowed out and it was pissing hydraulic fluid everywhere. So I need to get it made, and then we'll be back in business trying to get it started. All right, folks, we're back out here again. As y'all can see, I got the old injector installed. Got all these put on. Got new nuts for the valve covers because they were missing. Got the jumper cables on. And you see we're already pouring fuel out. I don't really know where it's coming from. Probably straight up out of the return, considering I don't have the return line hooked up, but we're still gonna see what's wrong without the return line, because I ain't got that little T thing. It's missing also. But let's just see what happens. I got some new ether here. I got the throttle maxed out, so it's smoking. It's definitely smoking like it wants to run. Oh yeah, we got fuel coming out. Lots of fuel coming out. Like I say, it's probably just coming out the top of that injector, which is probably not exactly ideal, but I'm gonna set y'all up and let's just see if we can get her fired up. I mean, you know, y'all up. Set you up right here where I had you the last time. Like I said, let's just see if we can get her fired up. I'm excited. As y'all can hear, I have put a fast idle stick on my pickup. It's doing that fluctuating crap. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Anyway, we got more on ripples, more amperages. We're gonna try her again here. As y'all can see, it looks like a storm might be blowing in, so we're gonna try to get this sucker cranked up here. Oops. Hopefully, anyways, we can get it started. Ready to see it. Alright folks, as y'all can see, the smoke coming out of the stack. Just cranking on some off camera, of course, and she about went. I mean, there was a flame that come out of the daggum stack that time, so y'all just watch and see. A sucker is gonna run right now. It's gonna run. Seen that. She tried to run away there, full throttle wide open there. It wasn't ideal, but I took the fuel filter off the starter for fuel. But she did run, and she sounded all right. I'm gonna see if I can tap on that injection plug or something, get it to come loose, because I throttled it down, but it just did not. I didn't do nothing. So hopefully the rack ain't stuck, but this kind of looks like that's what it is. Alright folks, starting to drizzle, but I got the dadgum rack down. And I put the bell back on, that way the water pump die out before we can. Oh, dang up. Well, kill switch don't want to exactly work. She's got the lope. There we go. She's a runner! Yeehaw! And that makes me excited. But like I say, it's blowing coolant air somewhere out of this radiator. There ain't none in the oil, so that's good. Holy shoot, it's just lightning. Well, I guess I better cover this sucker back up with the tarp and get out from here before it monsoons on me, because I guarantee you it's about to start raining. Take off my fast idle stick here. She's been fast idling for probably, yeah, there's the thunder. That damn higher. Oh, it ain't been that long, but I'm trying to figure out where this antifreeze is coming from. I think the radiator is just shot, honestly. But at least we know it's circulating coolant and everything. Let's see if she'll fire back up without the help of some ether. Oh God, yeah. That damn thing runs like a train. Oh yeah. I'm talking some. Thank y'all for watching this video, and please stay tuned for part 2 where we fix this thing up even more.